Okay, back for another episode review of Loki, Series 2, Episode 5. The title of this episode called Science slash Fiction. Wow, man. I really enjoy this episode of Loki. Best episode so far of the second series of the show. I know I said in my last episode review, that's episode 4, but this was a good follow-up to episode 4. Set up the series finale pretty damn well. I'll get to the series finale next time. I was supposed to originally do episode 5 review a couple of days ago, but I kind of forgot. And the series finale this weekend, but unfortunately I kind of forgot. So I'm doing review episode 5 right now, and then later on in the week I'm reviewing episode 6. And that's it. I don't think there's another Marvel Disney Plus show in December. I heard What If. That's late 2023. Yeah, I'm gonna say 24, but it's actually we're in 2023. But I don't know. I think I just save it until next year. But anyway, that's another story for another time. But anyway, science slash fiction. The short term of science fiction is sci-fi. If you live under a rock, not the rock. No pun to Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Anyway, science fiction is the name of this episode of Loki. We know the true identities of Mobius, B-15, Casey, and OB. It's really good because we don't know who they really are. They're really like guessing what their true identities, and now we finally got it. Like in the like Loki is the survivor. Everyone's gone, and suddenly he's starting once again time slipping. He time slipped in the first episode of this series, and then we don't see Loki time slipping 4 episodes later. And he's just time slipping. And you can tell, like, I think this is a time branch of, or the timeline of, the temporal loom meltdown. I think what it caused, it kind of dissolved. You can tell, like, the room is starting to become, it's hard to really describe of the animations. It looks like it's they look like streamers. It's hard to really describe it, but I think it represents like that timeline is now dissolving. I call it dissolving. I don't know. It's dissolving. Loki's just time slip into different like time branches, and yeah, we got to see other characters like original identity before this whole TVA stuff. So we got Casey as a prisoner in 1962. I think his real name is Frank. I think they're about to escape, and Loki trying to explain, do you remember me? Blah blah blah. Some other prisoner in this early scene of this episode said, "Why do you keep calling you Casey? I thought your name is Frank." So I don't know if it's actually Frank Casey. It's really good. You can tell like Casey's true identity is a prisoner. I kind of like it. And then we got B-15's true identity was a doctor. Travel to the year 2012, 50 years later. 50. Yeah, this is 50 years later. 2012. It's not. This is I'm glad they're never going into that Battle of New York scene. They kind of covered that. Not covered that. See, like over like these really in Endgames, and then in the first episode of Hawkeye, like we see coverage of like who lives like in those houses in the time of the Battle of New York. In this is no way. I'm guessing this is like months before this or months after the Battle of New York. You see like B-15. Her real name is Dr. Wellis. She was looking after a young black girl. She hurt her arm, and suddenly she about to see Loki, and suddenly Loki time slip to another branch timeline. I'll get to Mobius a little bit later. After I talk about actually, unfortunately, let's talk about Mobius. His real name is Don, and we finally got Mobius driving on a jet ski. We finally got it, man. Holy shit, man, that's really good. And also, the timeline was 2022. It's funny, weird. It's kind of weird. Like, you can tell, like, Mobius. It's really like with B-15, Casey, and Mobius, and also you got OB. Actually, yeah, OB. Is actually I want to talk about actually I'm going to talk about OB a little bit shortly, but anyway, I think that represent a timeline, represent the past, present, and future. I'm trying to say, yeah, keep saying OD. It's OB. I'm trying to say. My apologies, man. With OB's from 1994. So, like I say, they're from the past, present, and future. You can tell, like, KZ and OB, they represent the past. KZ's from 1962. OB's from 1994. And then in the future, you got like, recently of the future or the present day, you got Welles is come from 2012. That's B-15, and Mobius, aka Dawn, come from the current timeline of 2022. It's weird. They come from different timelines, Like, yeah, I know it's like 2012 is recent. So yeah, you can tell, like, Casey's from the 60s. OB come from the 90s. B-15 came from the 20 teens, aka the 2010s, and Mobius came from right now, our current timeline. We're in 2023. He's come from 2022. Wow, like his real name is Don, and we'll find out like Don's got two sons. What's his name? Kevin and Sean. I kind of like that, like we cover more of Mobius's past. He's a jet ski seller, got kids, never gonna see his wife, but you can tell like not with B-15 with Casey and Mobius, they don't recognize Loki. I'm guessing like this is my speculation that when the temporal aura or the temporal loom meltdown, I'm guessing that the TVA doesn't exist, no longer exists. That's the reason they doesn't remember who his Loki is. And let's go to that OB side of that past and that branch timeline from 1994. His real name is A.D. Doug. I done my research. I watched someone else's review of this episode that the 1994 of OD's or OB's past. Can you call him OD or something? I don't know why I feel like I don't know why I keep calling him OD, but with OB, I think 1994. I think he's Pasadena, 1994. He came from Pasadena, California. I'm guessing. I think they're from California. I think this is California. Mostly like this is California because Case is from California. Actually, B-15's from New York. Like I said, this is probably before or after the Battle of New York. And I'm guessing Mobius. I thought it was the same that shot when this is from episode 2 of the last series when Loki meets Sylvie, but that's not. I thought it looks like it, but unfortunately it's not. It's just the jet. It's the place to sell jet skis. Anyway, so yeah, with I'm guessing I've done my research that I think with the scenes with OB. Keep calling, yeah, it's confusing. It's OB, but OB it's short for Ouroboros, by the way. It's representing of the actor playing OB in real life. I don't know what's his name. I'm not going to pronounce the guy's name. I'm sorry. He didn't really act a lot. I think he was he didn't really act a lot. Yeah, it's like I don't really talk about Easter eggs when I'm reviewing, whether it's tie-ins or a Marvel Disney Plus show. I just don't really do that, you know. It's just what it is, man. Don't really talk about Easter eggs. I just talk about the plots. But anyway, so I guess with OB, kind of believes Loki, and I don't know, kind of not remembers Loki. You know, he's kind of like a failed author of his book, and he's trying to like he's in a library trying to sell his own book, but nice try. And also, it's the Easter egg of him's own laboratory. It could be a prototype version of the TVA. It's kind of weird. Like, it's funny. Like, it's kind of funny. Like, he kind of believes Loki and tells Loki to control his time slipping. Stuff like that they've got like collective aura or temporal aura, something like that. Anyway, so it's funny. Like creating gadgets of the TVA is. I speculating like Obi's the one who created the TVA, even though it was Kang. I'm guessing like, yeah, like I said, when the temporal loom destroyed, I'm guessing with with the timeline with Kang and the TVA no longer exist. We'll get to the end a little later on. That was kind of like, it was a good cliffhanger. I don't call it a cliffhanger, but it's just like I said, set up this series finale pretty damn well. Seeing like OB creating a giant version of a Tempad, you know, you could tell, like, is it Loki? Is it OB be the one who's creating the TVA? It's not Kang, you know. Loki got that, like, the TVA guidebook. Wow. Anyway, so the funny part in the scene, like, in one scene, like, you had Casey trying to, I think he asked OB to kind of rob a bank. You know, you can tell his true identity is a robber. You got a robber, a jet ski salesman, a doctor, and a failed. You can tell Obi's kind of like a scientist / failed author, and I think they covered the backstory pretty damn well. The funny part, you know, when it's funny, like Loki traveled to, I think it was 1982, once again seeing Sylvie, and I know it's good. I know you don't remember me. This is strange. I know you don't remember me. And then Sylvie says, "I know, I was there." I don't know. It's very weird. It's very weird that Sylvie's at 1982. I thought she's gonna end up in back at Asgard because she was at Asgard. I convince Loki and Sylvie are not. They're not. I know they're not related, but they're not the same characters. They're not. I don't think Sylvie's Loki's variant. Because Loki was a frost giant from Jotunheim, and Sylvie's born and bred in Asgard. She's a proper-blooded Asgardian, as with Loki, who's from Jotunheim, was a frost giant, but captured by Odin, and Odin raised him like his own son. You know, but anyway. Yeah, you can tell what Sylvie said to Loki. You can't. What are you gonna do? You go rip him off? Yeah, because they said like they're living their lives. You know, yeah. I don't say it's like I said. I don't think it's before the TVA is created. I think the TVA doesn't exist. But Sylvie says, you know, they're living with their own life. They're living their lives. What are you gonna do? Rip them from their own lives and show them show them something they cannot see. Loki's, you know, yeah. Loki. Kind of, you know, Sylvie says what you want, and then he says to stop Kang or who remains. He didn't really call him Kang, but he kind of shout the loud part, "I miss my friends." Yeah, Loki says, "Without them, where do I belong?" I feel sorry for Loki at this point, you know. Yeah, and Sylvie says you gotta write your own story. And it got me thinking, like, I felt sorry for Loki because he doesn't have any friends, you know. Because at this moment in time, he lost everything. He lost his family. He lost, even though this is the 2012 Loki, this is like 6 years before he dies in Infinity War by Thanos. But yeah, he lost everything. He lost his father, or two fathers actually. You know, his real father is Laufey. you could say his stepfather, Odin, Riga. That's Riga, Thor, all his friends. I think with Loki, the stuff with the TVA, it really helped him to make a lot of friends in the TVA with Mobius, B15, OB. Like, it's just like without him, I don't know. It's just hard for Loki fulfilling that. I think the TVA put him in the path of narrow. Like, he was kind of like escaped, took the Tesseract, and he got captured by the TVA. And yeah, and then the stuff with Sylvie and discover the fake TVA really give him the purpose. Without that purpose, I think he's nothing. I'm trying to point it out. Anyway, so yeah, you can tell that the timeline with Sylvie's time in working at McDonald's is. You can tell like objects are disappearing, not like at the same level as. It's not the same. Animation with Thanos' snap, the blip, that was just turned to dust. The animation was a bit they kind of like turned to strings and streamers. That was kind of like good animation, Sylvie, realized, she ended up leaving, and then suddenly in the next scene, everyone's disappeared. The time pad or the prototype time pad disappeared. Casey or Frank, Mobius / Dawn, and Dr. Willis all disappeared, and then Sylvie disappeared, and you could tell like I also watched another clip of this episode that some says like Loki got the same powers of Kang. I don't really not too sure, even though they're both. I don't know. You could tell like Loki kind of said stop. I think he shouted stop, and then suddenly. He traveled back, before everything's disappeared. You can tell like he able to control his time slipping. He said he's gonna create his own story, and then suddenly he's just going to the scene before the temple loom is completely meltdown and destroyed. That's kind of wow. They completely did that. I'm guessing like when Loki did that. The stuff with the other characters, I'm guessing that doesn't exist. It's very hard. Time traveling is a bit just confusing a little bit. Seeing Loki, is in that scene when the temporal loom is about to destroy or something. That was it kind of set up episode 6 pretty damn well. And also, this is the shortest episode of this series. I think it was about 47 minutes. Most of the episodes of this series were 50 plus minutes. I don't know about the 6th episode. I'll get to that next time, like I said. But it's pretty set up. I hope we get like a good payoff. I hope. Please don't. I don't want to see like the first episode or the first series done. They find out the TVA is fake, and what's it called? The Watchers they're called. I can't remember what they're called. It's been a long time since I reviewed the first series of Loki. They are fake, and then suddenly you have the stuff with Kang, and then and then you have to wait until the second series. I don't want to see that in this series, and then you have to wait until series 3. I hope we'll get in a series 3. I hope we get a series 3 of Loki, man. Because this show is good. They have the formula. They stick to the formula. They're really good at the source material. Anyway, yeah, seeing Loki, I can't really describe why. Some part of the video says Loki's got the power of Kang. Can time slip? Can control time? I'm guessing like that's Loki's new power. Like Loki, he makes clones, he shapeshift, he's the god of mischief. That's a good unique power for Loki, man. I think the stuff with that, I think travel through time kind of messes DNA up. That really caused him to time slip, and then suddenly he control it. I'll save more. I'll explain more when I get to episode 6. So anyway, it's been a good episode. I really enjoy it. Rediscover who truly what they are. You know, before the whole. I wish that, my only nitpick about this episode, I wish they like show their backstory a little bit more. You know, before, you know, if they got kidnapped by the fake TVA. You know, the stuff with Men in Black. You know, it's a shame. I wish they reference Men in Black. You know, even though Men in Black's got nothing to do with time. I know Men in Black 3 is revolve around time traveling, but you know, like, you know, one scene like with those neutralizers, you know, they erase your memory. You know, I wish they. Shame we never got a single Men in Black reference. You know, it's a shame because in WandaVision, you know, you could tell like they're referencing Malcolm in the Middle. Malcolm in the Middle. You know. Guardians 2 referencing David Hasselhoff, like the Night Car, you know, Knight Rider, and you have David Hasselhoff making a cameo appearance. That is fucking good. But yeah, it's a shame we never. I don't think we got a single reference of any genre of sci-fi, you know. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna end this episode review of Loki. But good one. It set up the series finale pretty damn well. That's why That's why I don't do spoilers. And yeah, I'm trying to keep it not spoiler. Yeah, kind of keep it spoiler free, but don't give it out. You know, because a lot of people haven't seen this show yet. If you got Disney Plus, I advise watching Loki. Watch 1 and 2 of those seasonal series. Anyway, folks, hope you enjoy it, folks. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Smash the like button, click the like, click the bell, subscribe to the Central Mountain Network on YouTube. Be part of the Central Unit for more wrestling videos and more. And watch my previous episode review of Loki from series 1 and 2, and plus my other Marvel Disney Plus shows I reviewed for the last 2 years, and also the MCU films. You know, I don't think I'm doing episodes phase 4 of the MCU films. I'll probably save it for next year. You know, didn't really got the time. It's just what it is, man. So anyway, folks, thanks for watching, folks. This is Essential Man Official signing out. Check your